This moment you are experiencing right now is not by chance. It's no accident that you're reading these words. I, the Lord your God, have specifically set aside this time for you, so you can hear my voice more clearly and directly. There's a special purpose behind this connection. This moment is part of my eternal plan, not marked by man's clock, but by divine timing. It may seem like an ordinary part of your day, but for you, it is filled with my glory and intention. Don't treat this message lightly. It's not just another message to pass by. It's for your transformation, not your curiosity. This is not something you can leave for later. I am calling you to step forward into something that will change the way you walk. Listen carefully, without distractions, because what I am about to tell you is part of a heavenly plan for your life. There are things I have kept hidden from others, but today I am revealing them to you, things about your calling, your true identity, and the reason you were born. You've been feeling a deep inner pull, a sacred restlessness that nothing on earth can satisfy. You've tried to fill this space with many things, even good things, but not with what I've planned for you in this season. That's why I say to you, don't stay where you are. This is not where you should settle, but where you need to rise and move forward. What's ahead requires both faith and action. Look carefully, you are not as alone as you think. Even though you may not see them, there are spiritual beings surrounding you right now, sent by me specifically for you. One of them holds the plan I wrote for your life, every detail, every step, and every turn. The other is here to protect you, to surround you with heavenly strength. But remember, this protection depends on your obedience. If you choose to follow the path I have set for you, these heavenly messengers will act in accordance with my will. But if you resist, if you stop because of fear or pride, you will limit what I can do through them. They are not just watching from a distance, they are ready to move, waiting for your response. You have always known you are different from others. Since you were young, you felt there was something unique about you. At times, you saw it as a burden, and other times, as a gift. But that difference is my mark on your life. I didn't create you to fit in. I created you to shine with the light that comes from me. There were times you tried to hide that light, to cover it up, to stay silent just to avoid being rejected or singled out. But I didn't form you for the shadows, I formed you to stand on the mountaintop. I've given you the ability to see things others can't see and to feel things others overlook. Yes, you've walked through hard times. I acknowledge that. You carry wounds that the world doesn't see. You felt loneliness, even in a crowd. You've cried in secret and shouted in the silence of the night, hoping someone would hear you. But I was there. I have always been with you. Every tear you've cried, every sight I have heard. Your pain was not for nothing. It wasn't just suffering, it was preparation. It was a holy shaping. I've been molding you because what I have for you is not something just anyone can carry. Your story is not a waste. It is a testimony being built. Every step, even the ones that felt pointless, were part of my plan. Listen carefully now. Don't ignore this. This is not just another message. This is not merely an inspiring thought, it's a holy warning. Stay in this moment, don't let it slip away, because this could be the final call before a change you won't be able to reverse. Not because I don't love you, but because the time I set for you is about to reach its fulfillment. I speak with patience, but also with justice. This is the day I've prepared for you. This is the hour of your destiny. Some doors won't reopen if you close them now. and there are opportunities that come only when you're ready to let go of the past. Today, I am calling you to fully surrender, to let go of everything you think you need. I ask you to trust me because I will give you what your soul truly desires. No more empty spiritual promises, no more playing games. Today is the day you can cross a line that will change your life forever. This is my call to you. Respond to me with your heart. Listen closely, because I am still speaking. I have not abandoned you, nor have I passed you by. My love for you never fades, and my voice is always there for those who long to hear it with a heart that is surrendered. As you continue reading these words, know that my spirit is moving around you, touching parts of you that you have hidden behind defenses, excuses, and fears. But I see them. I have always seen them. You don't have to hide anymore. I am not here to condemn you, but to awaken you. The moment I have been waiting for has arrived, the moment I planned for you before you were even born. This is the moment I have been guiding you to through every step, even when you couldn't see the way. You have a unique purpose I gave you, and you will receive what I am offering now. You are not here by chance. I brought you to this place. I have moved in your life to bring you to this exact moment, this divine appointment that has been prepared just for you. You felt it before, haven't you? In the quiet moments when everything seemed fine, but deep inside, you heard a voice whispering, "This is not all." In moments of laughter that quickly faded, in dreams that didn't satisfy as you thought they would, in bright days that lost their color by night, those were my first gentle calls, my subtle touches, my signs. But now, my voice is clear and unmistakable. It carries an urgency you've never felt before. This isn't just another call. It's a turning point, a spiritual crossroads. What lies ahead is something you cannot undo. This is a moment to make a decision that will shape the rest of your life. There is no guarantee that this opportunity will come back the same way. The spiritual world is closer now than your next breath. What you're feeling, the fire beginning to burn inside, the sweet pressure you can't explain, is not fear. It's your spirit recognizing that the eternal is drawing near, touching your very being. Remember this moment, because I knew it before I made the world. All of heaven is watching, and those I have sent to guide you are ready. The angels assigned to your story are in position, waiting for you to obey and activate their instructions. Even the smallest hesitation on your part holds great significance in the spiritual realm. While you may not see the full picture of the battle being fought for you, around you, and even within you, it is happening. You were created for a time like this, a turning point. You were not made to live a life of indifference or aimlessness. You are not meant to go unnoticed or merely survive. You were called to rise, to shake off complacency, and to say yes fully and without reservation. Don't underestimate the importance of what I am offering you. It's not just a better season or a slight improvement in your life. I am offering you alignment with your eternal purpose, a complete realignment with the plan I wrote for you before you were born. Deep inside, you've always known you were made for more, not out of pride, but because of the deep longing within you, the echo of your design. You sense there is a greater purpose waiting for you, and you are right. It's time to embrace that calling. It's time to let go of what holds you back, to release the burdens that weigh you down, and to quiet the distractions that pull you away from my voice. I know you have questions. I know past wounds have made it hard to trust, and I know you felt frustrated with me, but here I am, speaking to you with the love and care of a father who wants only the best for his child. I am not waiting for you to be perfect. I am waiting for you to surrender. I am not looking at your accomplishments, I am looking at your heart. There are things I can only reveal to you when you choose to trust me, when you give me access to your life without holding anything back. This is your moment. Don't stand by it and watch it slip away. Don't say tomorrow or when I'm ready. Right now, as you read this, a new chapter of your life is being written. And the first step is simple. It's saying yes to me, not just with words, but with a true willingness to follow my voice wherever it leads. If you could see all that I've prepared for you, you would run to me without hesitation. And once again, I say to you, you are not alone. There is more working in your favor than you can see. The enemy has tried to convince you that you are alone, that there is no hope, that you failed too many times, but he is a liar. I am the truth, and my truth about you is this: you are still called, still chosen, still loved. Prepare yourself, because what is coming may not be easy, but it will be glorious. And I have been with you every step of the way. Nothing has happened by chance. Every detail of your life has been under my watch, even when it seemed like everything was falling apart. Every unexpected change, every delay that frustrated your plans, every goodbye that hurt more than you could express, none of it was unknown to me. In the middle of what you called chaos, I was quietly working on something eternal. I have not lost control, and I have not been distant, even when dark clouds surrounded you. I stayed close, working in silence, building a strength in you that only trials could create. What others saw as failure, I saw as preparation. When you were alone, when doors closed without reason, and when it seemed like your efforts were wasted, I was planting deeper roots in you, making your foundation stronger for what's to come. The world around you may have shaken, but the unseen work within you was growing. Some things within you can only be developed in the midst of pressure. Gold doesn't become pure without going through the furnace, and you have been through more than one. But the time wasn't wasted. Every day had a purpose, even when you didn't understand it. There were moments when you cried out with sincerity, thinking your voice was lost, but I heard every word. Not just the prayers you spoke aloud, but the ones that got stuck in your throat, the thoughts no one else knew. You can trust that I know them all. In the times when you wanted to disappear, when the pain inside was stronger than any strength you could gather, I was there, covering you with my grace, protecting your soul from forces that would have destroyed you. No one saw those battles, but I did. And I tell you, you overcame because I never let go of you. Now, the hidden things are starting to appear. What was stored up is being released. This is a prophetic moment, where what was planted in tears will begin to move. I'm not just speaking of temporary comfort or a small change. I'm bringing you revelation, a new vision, and a restored focus, not just so you can feel better, but so you can step into the place I designed for you from the beginning. For too long, you've carried an identity shaped by wounds, the words of others, and the scars of past failures. Today, in the spiritual realm, I am cleaning the mirror through which you see yourself. No longer will you see a broken reflection. I am revealing the truth to you. This isn't about seeking recognition from others. I am not calling you to be visibly seen, but to walk in unseen authority, revealed through my presence in you. The struggles you've faced have not disqualified you. Rather, they are the marks of your training. The desert was not your end, it was where you learned to depend on my provision. While others relied on what they could see, you learned to trust me. And because of that, I can now trust you with greater things. Where once you looked for security in the temporary, you now know that your strength comes from the eternal. There were delays not because I wanted them, but because your inner being needed preparation. Now, things are starting to align. What seemed impossible is beginning to shift in your favor. But remember, this isn't by your effort alone, but through your spiritual obedience. Access isn't gained by strategies, but by surrender. When my plans are activated, all of heaven responds. You don't need to keep knocking on doors that won't open, because I am the one who opens and closes them. You haven't been called to knock endlessly, but to walk in authority under my guidance. There are names written in the heavens that will join you on your journey. Divine alliances I will bring to you in perfect timing. Some relationships have faded because they couldn't go where you're headed. Some connections broke, not due to betrayal, but because I interrupted what wasn't meant to be part of your eternal purpose. Don't mourn what's lost its purpose. There are new assignments waiting for you, connections prepared with precision. When you take the step I show you, what once seemed confusing will start to make sense. In the spiritual realm, lines are being drawn. Things are moving in ways you can't yet see, but deep inside, you already know it's happening. You sense it, and you're right, it has been forming for a long time. Even though you felt stuck, you were actually being shaped like a seed beneath the soil, looking still, but full of life in the unseen. Now, everything is aligning. The appointed time is meeting with your inner preparation. The voice that was once quiet now speaks with power. This is not about starting something completely new, but about stepping into what has always been inside you, waiting to be activated. It is not time to pause and think it over, it is time to respond. Many have looked for visible signs, outward displays to confirm what I have already placed deep within them. They have waited for open skies, loud thunder, clear voices, or dramatic miracles to believe that I am at work. But the way I work doesn't always match human expectations. I move in secret before I make myself known in the visible. My ways are not like the ways of man. The greatest changes often happen in silence, when everything seems still, but my will is advancing with unstoppable force. You are not lost, you have been guided carefully, even when you didn't fully understand the path. Some paths I have allowed you to walk were not punishment, but part of my strategy. Not everything you went through was your choice, but everything I allowed had an eternal purpose. Even when your decisions seemed to take you off course, I redirected your steps to align you with my plan. I have even used your mistakes to bring you closer to the truth. What others saw as detours were actually part of the journey I created to take you beyond natural limits. Now, at this stage where your spirit is more aware, you have access to dimensions that were once hidden. I have been preparing your senses, cleaning your spiritual perception so that you can understand what can't be seen with logic but can be grasped through discernment. At this point, you can no longer walk by quick impulses or by what your physical eyes see. This is where spiritual maturity becomes essential. I am awakening a deeper understanding in you, an inner knowing that goes beyond words. It's a holy intuition that will guide you with wisdom through new paths. You are about to step into places where many will not understand your actions or direction. But you are not called to be understood, you are called to be obedient. Obedience will open doors that human reasoning could never unlock. You are not bound by the systems of this world. You are under a higher authority. It is under that authority that you will begin to speak, move, act, build, restore, and create. Your voice will be different because you will no longer speak from emotion but from divine revelation. What I will entrust to you in this season will be heavy, it will be sacred. Not everyone can carry this weight because not everyone have been prepared for the same purpose. This is why I removed you from certain influences and closed certain doors, because what I am about to give you requires clean hands, pure hearts, and minds that are aligned with my will. This anointing will not be shallow. It will be a mark that stirs the spiritual realm. Some will be drawn to you because they are hungry for the truth, while others may be disturbed by what you stand for. But don't worry about being accepted. You were set apart not to please others, but to fulfill a greater purpose. Where you once felt limited by what you didn't know, you will now be empowered by the truths I have revealed to you. You will no longer rely on the interpretations of others. Instead, you will walk with clarity. The doubts you carried for so long will begin to fade away, not because of human explanations, but because I myself will bring understanding. It will be like a lamp lighting up the darkness, not because everything will change in a moment, but because your perspective will be transformed from the very root. I do not need crowds to work. I need a heart that is fully surrendered. When even one person is willing, I can turn whole systems upside down. There are spiritual regions waiting for you to step into. There are battles yet to be won because no one has yet said, "Here I am." I have been waiting for that moment, and now it has arrived. Soon, you will notice things moving faster, not in natural time, but in spiritual fulfillment. Things that seemed stuck for years will begin to flow rapidly, not because your circumstances have changed, but because your inner position has shifted. You are no longer trying to figure it all out. You are simply willing to follow without conditions. That is the moment when heaven begins to act. Do not be troubled by what you feel you lack. I do not call people based on what they have, but on what I have placed inside them. What you see as weakness, I will turn into a source of power. Do not fear your limits, for it is there that my grace will be revealed. The voices from your past that tried to stop you are losing their strength. What once scared you will no longer matter, because your focus is now on the eternal. Keep moving forward, the way is being made clear. What is unseen is taking shape, and my word will always accomplish its purpose. The spiritual atmosphere around you has shifted, and though things may seem the same on the outside, the reality is that things are not what they used to be. Something has been activated not by noise, but by the quiet agreement of your soul with my purpose. This is not just a passing feeling, it is an awakening, a reawakening of what was hidden under the weight of tiredness, distractions, and struggles. I have come to remove the veil, not the one over your eyes, but the one over your understanding. Because there are things you cannot face with human strategies or solve with willpower. I am bringing you clarity that comes from my presence, not from reasoning. The greatest battle has not been with the world around you, but with the voices inside you, the voices that made you doubt, retreat, and shrink back, the words you accepted as truth when they were really just seeds of confusion. You allowed certain thoughts to take root, and now they have grown into insecurities, self-imposed limits, doubts about what I've given you. Today, I place a spiritual axe to those roots. I don't want you to move forward, carrying mental burdens. I don't want you to drag the shadows of your past into the new path I have prepared for you. What lies ahead requires inner freedom, not just short-term motivation. I speak to you with clarity because it's time for order, the kind of order that comes from heaven, not human systems. I am reorganizing your inner being, aligning your priorities, and shaking off old thoughts that no longer align with what's ahead. There are habits that were okay in your previous season, but they can't move forward with you to the next level. There are patterns that seemed harmless, but are now a hindrance to what I want to do in your life. I'm not revealing this to accuse you, but to show you the seriousness of what I am about to place in your hands. The sacred cannot be handled carelessly. I am refining your focus, and I want you to see with eyes that are free from contamination. That is why I allowed certain things to fall apart, not because I failed you, but because I was delivering you. What you asked me to hold together, I allowed to break so that you could see clearly what you wanted and what you truly needed. I have been protecting your future, even when you felt I was neglecting your present. I don't always act the way you expect, but I always act with perfect intention. There is a unique assignment with your name on it. It is not general or interchangeable, it is specific, with details that no one else can fulfill like you. I have woven together key moments, unexpected connections, and words spoken at precise times. Even though you didn't know it, these were all part of activating that purpose. Even the days you thought were wasted have been woven into my plan. The enemy tried to use your story to destroy your faith, but I've redeemed it to strengthen your calling. Every experience has been raw material for what I will now build with you. It's time to stop questioning your value based on your past actions. I didn't call you for what you have done, but for what I've determined about you. Don't measure your ability by your past failures. What you see as failure, I've turned into lessons. What others discarded in you, I have chosen. Don't let your past limit my purpose for you. I am lifting your vision so you can stop measuring your identity by what you've lost and begin to see it through what I've revealed to you. I'm training you in deep obedience, not out of obligation, but out of a closeness with me. It's not enough to just know what is right. I'm guiding you into a deeper understanding of what is meant for you, showing you that your path is one of purpose and intention, and that every step, even the hard ones, has been part of my greater plan for your life. Now, I am teaching you to understand what is truly meant for you. Not everything that seems good is part of your path. There will be things you must let go of, not because they are bad, but because they are not part of the divine plan for this moment in your life. This wisdom is not something you can learn from books. It is something you receive in my presence. I have been drawing you closer, not through emotions, but through revelation. Your spiritual sensitivity will grow. You will begin to notice things you never saw before, not so you may feel superior, but so you can be effective. I need you focused. I do not want distractions while you are moving forward. There will be voices trying to pull your attention away, situations trying to bring you back to what's comfortable, but the place I am taking you to is new. It cannot be conquered from a place of ease. It requires active faith. Your journey is not a simple one, but I have equipped you with all you need to succeed. Every challenge you face is a stepping stone towards fulfilling your divine purpose. The distractions, temptations, and comfort zones are merely tests to ensure that you are ready for the greatness I have in store. The place I'm leading you to is unfamiliar and requires a different kind of faith, one that is unshakable, one that is active, and one that trusts in my plan even when it's not immediately visible. This is the time for you to lean in and trust that I have been preparing you for something extraordinary. Right now, in this very moment, there is something special meant just for you. It is no accident that you are reading these words. It is no coincidence that your eyes and heart have been drawn to this message. I, the Lord your God, have set aside this moment in time just for you, so you can hear my voice more clearly, more directly, and in a new way. There is a holy purpose behind this connection. This moment is appointed by me, not by man's clock. It is a divine interruption in the middle of your day because I have something urgent I need to place in your spirit. The moment you are in is critical. This is the time for you to hear my voice, to know that I am with you, and to understand that this message is not just words on a page, but a direct communication from me to your heart. You are not here by chance, and this moment is not random. I have called you to hear my voice now because there is a purpose, a task, and a divine calling I need you to step into. Every moment has been preparing you for this time, this word, this divine interruption that is intended to stir your heart and awaken your spirit to the fullness of what I am about to do in and through you. Embrace this moment, for it is the turning point of a new season in your life. My dear son, I understand the pain you have carried silently for so long. I know the tiredness that runs deep within you, fatigue that goes beyond what your body feels, a tiredness that no amount of rest or sleep can fix. I see it in the quiet moments when everything around you fades away, when the noise of life disappears, and you are left alone with your thoughts. In those moments, I am closer to you than you realize. I hear every sigh you hold back, even those you never speak in prayer. I feel every tear that falls in the darkness, tears no one else sees. But they are precious to me because they come from a heart that continues to hope, even in the midst of pain and doubt. This moment is not just an ordinary time, it is a sacred pause that I have created just for you. A moment with a purpose, one that could not come earlier because you were not ready, and things had to align in ways you couldn't see. But now, my beloved, this is your time. It is time to listen, to open your heart, because something new is beginning, something that will mark the start of a new chapter in your life. Do not fear, do not think that you have failed in a way that cannot be fixed. I do not come to judge you, but to speak the truth that will set you free. I am here to break the invisible chains that have held you down, the chains formed by past pain, betrayal, and doubt. I speak to you now because I want you to know that you are not alone. You never have been. Even on the days when you thought I had forgotten you, I was working quietly, where you couldn't see. I was the one who helped you hold your mind together when everything felt hopeless. I was the one who kept your heart from losing its light completely. I tell you now, get ready, because what I am about to share will bring clarity to your thoughts and a peace that the world cannot offer or take away. This peace doesn't depend on anything changing around you. It comes from knowing that I am with you, that I go ahead of you, and that every step you take has been planned for you since before time began. When I called you by your name, I did not do so by accident. Every part of your name has a meaning, an identity I created before you were born. When I called you, I spoke a word over your life that no enemy can undo. Understand, my beloved, that what seemed like a time of waiting was actually a time of spiritual growth. Something great is being born, and even though you cannot fully see it yet, it has already begun. I have been moving things around, removing obstacles even when you couldn't understand why. Some losses were necessary, and some closed doors were my way of protecting you. Stop grieving over what didn't return. If it hasn't come back, it's because it wasn't part of the greater plan I am building with you. Today, right now, is a divine appointment. You didn't get here by accident. My spirit brought you here because before the sun rose, I decided it was time to speak to you. And when I speak, it's because something is about to break, something is being released, and something is being restored. So listen closely, and don't let this message pass you by. This is not just another word, it's a calling. It's an announcement from heaven. It's my voice knocking on the door of your heart, because there's still so much more I want to do with you. There are promises that haven't been fulfilled, visions not yet seen, and words not yet made real, and all of them will come to pass, not by your strength, but by my faithfulness. But I need you to hear me now, not tomorrow, today, because time is moving fast. The opportunities you've been waiting for are close, but if you don't understand what I'm doing right now, you might miss the door I've opened for you. So stay with me. Listen carefully until the end, because this is not just another word, it's a turning point. What is starting now isn't just a change, but a transformation. It's the start of a new journey that will bring you a freedom you've never known before. My beloved, listen closely, for the words I speak to you now are filled with deep love and eternal meaning. These are not random thoughts, but the very essence of my heart, overflowing with care and truth. It is time for you to understand what you have long overlooked, not because of rebellion, but because of pain, distractions, and wounds that have yet to heal. Today, I come to lift that veil, to reach the deepest parts of your soul, those parts you've kept hidden, even from yourself. Do not be afraid. I am not here to condemn you, but to heal you. My heart has never been to crush you under the weight of your weaknesses, but to lift you through the strength of my love. Stay connected to these words and share them with those who need to hear it, for what I reveal to you today goes beyond your own journey. It will bring clarity and peace to your life and will flow like a river, reaching others who have been walking in darkness. You are a bearer of hope, not because of your own strength, but because my mercy has touched you. I have chosen you to be a vessel of comfort, to reflect my light in places where others see only darkness. I know you completely, my beloved, and I call you my treasure, for you are to me a hidden gem, made with purpose, with eternal worth. I see the quiet weariness in your mind when the world is at rest. I know how your thoughts race even when the lights go out. I hear the questions from the past, the doubts about the future, and the uncertainties in the present. I am aware of the worries you carry in silence, even when no one else notices. You have learned to smile through your fears, to appear strong for others, even when you feel fragile inside. But none of this has escaped my notice. Every act of yours, no matter how small or unnoticed it seemed, has been recorded in my book. I see the peace you choose to keep for the sake of others, the calm you create so no one else worries. I know the sacrifices you make, the moments you give up so others can have peace, so you won't be a burden. But remember, I am your rest. I am your peace. When the noise of life becomes too much, when everything feels heavy and confusing, come to me. You don't need to find the perfect words. Sometimes your silence speaks to me more than 1,000 prayers. Simply being in my presence is enough, for it is there that I renew you. Soon, your circumstances will change. I declare it now, so you will know it was not by chance. I am working behind the scenes, speeding up processes that once seemed stuck. I have guided you away from paths that looked promising, leading you to what truly lasts. And though you may not have understood at the time, I am now making it clear what you thought was a loss was actually my careful protection. I closed doors that were not in your best interest. I allowed people to leave who would have brought confusion into your life. It was not to hurt you, but to protect you, because my love for you is deeper than you can understand, and my love will always care for your destiny. Think back to moments when you felt something guiding you away from something or pushing you toward a choice you didn't fully understand. Maybe you thought it was just a gut feeling, luck, or coincidence, but it wasn't. It was my quiet guidance, even when you didn't notice it. It was I who stopped you when you wanted to move forward and opened doors where you saw only walls. I see the end from the beginning, and I will not let anything stand in the way of the beautiful plan I have for your life. What I am telling you now is a deep truth of protection. I am covering you with a shield of safety, a protection that no enemy can break. Do not fear what is ahead. Do not worry about your health or the struggles others are facing. I know that in your heart you carry the pain of those you love, that you feel the weight of their sickness, their troubles, and their storms. But I am God not just over your life, but over every one of those situations. I am quietly working in ways you cannot always see. Your job now is to stay, to listen to me, to trust. Do not act out of fear or rush into decisions, but wait for my Spirit to guide you, because I am putting everything in place, even things that seem out of control. Nothing is beyond my control, and what feels like a long, dark night will soon be a bright morning. I have been working in your life with care far beyond your understanding. Every detail, every experience, even the ones that seem meaningless, are part of a purpose with my eternal mark on it. Not one moment was random, and not a single tear was wasted. Every step you took, even those made in confusion or fear, was guided by an invisible hand that never let you go. Even though you didn't see it at the time, I had already created paths where you thought there were only walls. My thoughts are not like yours, and my ways are not like yours. The time you spent waiting was not a punishment, it was preparation. It was shaping. In the silence you felt, I was working on your character, purifying your intentions, and sharpening your ability to see things clearly. The patience you were forced to learn has now become a strong foundation on which I will build something that will last. And though you wanted the answers to come quickly, it was in that waiting time that parts of you grew that couldn't have developed if things had moved faster or been given to you too easily. What seemed like my absence was actually my presence, working deep inside you. Many of the things you went through were not because you were weak, but because you were called. The spiritual battles, the rejection, the confusion, the closed doors, and the seasons of being alone were all signs that you were being set apart for a greater purpose. Others didn't go through what you did because they weren't entrusted with the same. What was taken from you was my way of clearing out the temporary so that I could fill you with the eternal. And even in the moments when you doubted whether I was really there, I want you to know that those were the very moments you were marked by my choice. You have not been forgotten. The good you did when no one was watching has not been overlooked. The sacrifices you made in secret, and the times you chose what was right even when it meant losing, staying quiet, or being unseen, none of that has been ignored. Each of those decisions was a seed planted in good soil, and now that seed has grown. The fruit of that work is about to be shown, not in your timing, but according to my perfect plan. I know that the situation around you may feel uncertain, and the struggles of everyday life are pressing in. There are still questions that have no answers, but I did not call you to walk by what you can see. I called you to walk by the faith that I am faithful. Even when nothing around you seems to change, my word remains. I have sworn by my own name that I will never fail to do what I have promised. What I have declared over your life will not return empty, even if your circumstances say otherwise. My word will overcome everything that is seen. You have been protected in ways others have not. Even when you didn't understand why, I kept you going with strength that came from me. Think about all the things that could have destroyed you and didn't. It was not luck, it was my covering, my direct intervention in your life. There are battles you never had to fight because I fought them for you, where you couldn't see. There are attacks that were stopped before they ever reached you, and I will keep doing this because you are part of a plan that cannot be defeated. Stay in the place I have called you to be. Even when you don't fully understand why, your obedience opens doors that logic cannot explain. Blessings are being poured out, not just for you, but for the generations that will come after you. When someone stays faithful, blessings flow like a river. Through your perseverance, I am touching lives you don't even know about. And even those who have resisted everything you stand for will see the proof of what I am doing in your life. I understand the inner battles you face, the mind that grows tired of fighting, the heart that wonders if relief will ever come. I promise you, things will not stay the same. I am charting a new path. The darkness that you thought would last forever is starting to fade. I am firmly closing certain doors. Some things will never repeat, and some enemies will no longer have the power to hurt you. I have spoken, and my word will not be stopped by human power or opposition. I have led you away from paths that would have led you astray, doing so with both firmness and care. When I denied you what you wanted, I did it knowing what you could not yet see. When I allowed you to experience loss, it was because I was preparing something greater for you. The choices you didn't understand at the time were my protection in disguise. The silence you felt was indifference was actually my voice working without words, setting everything up for this moment. Nothing have been lost. Even what you thought was wasted, I will redeem. I will turn every wound into a story of healing, every loss into a seed of honor, every painful night into a testimony of restoration. There will be no emptiness without purpose. What you see as broken now will become the foundation I will use to build something that brings glory to my name. I do not work with the rush of human time, but with divine precision. And when I restore, I do it in abundance, not only bringing back what was taken, but multiplying what you never thought was possible. Nothing you've been through has been overlooked. From the most obvious to the most hidden parts of your journey, I have been with you every step. I know the difficult places you've walked within yourself, the dry lands where you felt nothing could grow, and the valleys where discouragement felt like the only companion. I was there, not just watching, but actively working in the background, building spiritual foundations while you thought everything was falling apart. I have been working deep within your identity, not to shape you according to what others expect, but to reveal to you who you truly are in me. Your worth is not defined by what others think or by what you've accomplished. I do not measure success with human standards. What others have overlooked, I have seen as pure gold. There is greatness inside you that hasn't yet fully come to the surface, but it is there, held by my spirit, waiting for the right time to be revealed. I have started shifting the circumstances around you. Unexpected changes, conversations that seemed simple but were key moments, decisions you didn't realize were so important. None of these things have been unimportant. Every change has been guided by my hand. You are being repositioned. What once controlled you no longer has the power to define who you are, for I am taking your life in a direction that doesn't depend on the systems of the world, but on my eternal plan. Some people have stepped away from your life without explanation. Some relationships have cooled, and others have simply ended without any conflict or closure. Do not worry about this. What has quietly been removed had to leave so you could move forward without carrying extra weight. I have taken away influences around you that were slowly weakening you, choices you wouldn't have made on your own, but decisions I made for you. Sometimes my care is shown through separations you don't immediately understand. In time, you'll realize that these losses help preserve your focus, your integrity, and your peace. Small signs are starting to appear, announcing a bigger change ahead. You may not see it clearly yet, but a new direction is forming. I am speaking through the little details. You don't need a grand explanation, just a heart that is open and ready. The things that once seemed disconnected I am bringing together with perfect timing. A network of divine connections is being built around you, people, places, and opportunities. Everything is being aligned, and the next step will be clear. You don't have to prove your value or defend what you have planted. I am the one who will bear witness. The times you spent in silence and out of the spotlight were not wasted. They were the foundation of your faithfulness. Now, as you enter this new phase, you won't be sustained by human effort or by outside recognition. What will carry you through your journey is my unshakable word and my constant presence, for what is built in secret will endure when everything else fades away. Do not be afraid if your abilities seem small compared to what I have in store for you. I do not choose based on skill alone, but on willingness, and you have been willing even when you didn't fully understand the process. That is what touches my heart. This is why I am now expanding your life, not only in outward ways but inwardly as well. I am teaching you to think from heaven's perspective, not earth's, to understand the natural world through a spiritual lens, to recognize the movement of my kingdom even in times that seem chaotic. What is coming is not just an upgrade of what you've known, it is a whole new way of being. This is not about remaking the past, but about stepping into something completely new. To do this, you must let go of what you still carry out of habit, leaving behind the old ways of thinking that were shaped by times of emotional or spiritual lack. You cannot bring a mindset of survival into a season of abundance. I am teaching you how to handle abundance with wisdom and humility. And don't think this new season will come without its challenges. Growth always comes with pressure, but you are not without protection. You will carry a strength that is not based on your own endurance, but on the power of my Spirit within you. You will speak with authority without raising your voice, influence without force, and progress without wearing yourself out, because what I am doing in your life will not be like before. In this season, you will not walk alone, nor will you do it by your own strength. I am surrounding you with divine support. Even when it seems like few understand, I will raise up help from places you never expected. I will surround you with people who will see what I have placed in you not by outward appearance, but through spiritual discernment. These will be people who will walk with you, not compete with you. They won't need anything from you, but will be joined to your purpose because I have brought them together with you. What I have started in you, I will finish, and nothing, neither human nor spiritual opposition, will stop it. This path will not be easy, but it will be true. And in truth, there is freedom, purpose, and fulfillment. Keep your heart open, not out of fear, but out of love, because I am not pushing you toward an uncertain future. Instead, I am gently guiding you toward a life I have planned for you since before you took your first breath. There are things you didn't understand when they happened, and even now, they remain as unanswered questions within you. You don't need to have all the answers to move forward. Sometimes, wisdom is not in knowing why things happened, but in trusting that I never stopped holding you through every moment. What seemed like a lost or interrupted path was actually a divinely directed detour. That unexpected turn, that moment when everything seemed to fall apart, was also the exact moment I began to build something greater inside of you. My way of working doesn't always match human understanding. I don't follow the order you expect, nor do I work by the timelines set by people. What I am doing in your life can't be explained by logic because it doesn't come from a human system. It's supernatural and eternal. That's why sometimes you felt out of place or misunderstood, like you didn't quite fit in certain spaces. This hasn't been a mistake. It is the result of my seal upon you. I've marked your spirit, setting you apart not to make you better than others, but to consecrate you to what is true. Many have looked at you and failed to see what you truly carry. They've judged you from the outside without understanding the battles you fought in silence. But I have looked deeper. I've seen the intention behind your steps that went unnoticed. I saw how you forgave when the wound still hurt, how you stayed silent to protect others, how you waited instead of pushing, how you kept giving when it would have been easier to close your heart. Every one of these decisions hath been an investment in an eternal account. Nothing you've done hath been wasted. Every act is recorded, and the time will come when all of it will become a tangible answer. I am making straight what seemed crooked, but not from the outside, from deep within who you are. I'm changing the way you see things, the way you make decisions, the way you dream. It's no longer about achieving your goals through your own strength, but about aligning every step with a larger plan. When you follow my direction, weariness fades and peace settles even in the midst of work. It's not the lack of struggle that will define this time, but the certainty that I'm with you in every step, guiding, providing, protecting. You don't need to compare yourself to others. The pace you're moving at has been perfectly designed for you. You are not behind, nor are you out of place. What looks like a delay is actually the exact amount of time needed for what I'm shaping in you to fully develop. You're not losing time. You are being strengthened in ways that will soon be tested and revealed with glory. When the time comes to show what I have planted inside of you, it will be clear that it was not human influence or strategy that raised you, but my sovereign will. Do not ignore the deep stirring within you, that sense that something new is on the way. This is not just an emotional feeling. It is my spirit awakening something that has been dormant for seasons. I am reigniting parts of you that were closed off by pain, disappointment, and fear. I am restoring the passions that once burned brightly, reigniting the dreams you thought were lost, and bringing back the language of faith that weariness had stolen. What is ahead of you will require a heart that is renewed, free from bitterness, open enough to trust and believe again. Everything you've sown in tears will soon be reaped in joy. And not only will you see the fruit within yourself, but others will also drink from the wine produced through your brokenness. I have not allowed you to face these trials just for your own sake. I am shaping you into a vessel to carry comfort, guidance, and truth for others. You will carry these with humility, because you will know that it was not your strength that sustained you, but my mercy. My son, I know the pain you've carried in silence, the exhaustion that has rooted deep in your spirit. This weariness goes beyond the physical. It's a tiredness no amount of rest can heal. I see it in the quiet moments, when the world falls silent, when the lights fade, and you're left alone with your thoughts. It is in these moments that I am closest to you, even if you can't feel it. I hear every sigh, even those you haven't dared to speak in prayer. I have felt every tear that has fallen in the darkness, the tears that no one else sees, yet they are precious to me. They spring from a heart that continues to seek and hope, even in the midst of doubt and pain. This moment in your life is not by chance. The stillness that surrounds you now is not an empty pause, but a sacred space that I have intentionally created to speak to you. This moment hath been set apart for an eternal purpose. Now is the time for you to listen, to open your heart to what I have to say, because a cycle is ending and a new chapter is about to begin. What you have gone through, what you have faced in silence, has not been wasted. All of it has a purpose, and I am preparing you for what lies ahead. The challenges and trials you've endured have been shaping you into who you are meant to be. You may not see it clearly now, but trust that I am at work in your life. I am turning every setback into a stepping stone, every tear into a testimony. The pain, the waiting, the seasons of uncertainty, all of it has been used by my hand to prepare you for the greater things I have in store. You are not just being prepared for yourself, but for a purpose that will touch many lives. It may feel like the work is not yet finished, but I am aligning everything according to my perfect timing. You will soon see the fruit of your perseverance, and it will be more than you could have imagined. So, do not be discouraged by what you see right now. Trust in my plan, for it is being worked out with eternal purpose. Keep your heart open, for the next season is coming, and it will be one of new beginnings, renewal, and the fulfillment of promises long awaited.